So Kyle Ride in first position ahead of Pete Hickman, James Mostiger third, James Allingham fourth, Daniel Goodman and Mason Foster fifth and sixth position. Seventh place for Kobe Perry, Reece Stevenson straight back onto the line in eighth place from Sullivan Mounsey, Tom Lewis, Charlie Huntingford and Zach Weston in 12th position. 13th for Callum Ricketts, Dougie Craven in 14th place, Dominic Ped, Tim Patterson 16th position, Dominic Evola and Simon Bogg in 18th place. 19th for Jack Knights, and at the moment we believe maybe a non-starter Luke Schofield at the back of the field. So here we go with the Mini GP190 70 Cup. Well, this is incorporating the Bucci Cup as well. They're about to get underway. So of course the winner of the previous race, Reece Stevenson, jumping off one bike and onto another as he gets straight back underway. It was a tricky thing, of course, when you do a consecutive race like this. If you're doing a double entry in different race classes, you've got the fitness aspect, but sometimes it's more than outweighed by the fact they've already been onto the track straight away compared to your rivals. You get the chance to have a look at the track, look at the lines, so by the time you get into this second race in succession, you're nicely dialed into the track, you're nicely warmed up, so sometimes it can be a benefit sometimes to have two races in succession like this. At the starter now, just making sure the riders, machines are ready, riders are okay. So looks like we're happy now. The green flag goes up and race number one about to get underway. The flag drops and away they go. And there we see from the drone just how frantic the start is. Three-way tussle into the first corner. Kyle Ride in there. Peter Hickman too with Reece Stevenson. And trouble further back, rider going down. One of the Ovali machines gone down. That's in the midfield. Couldn't quite get the number, but the rider appears to be okay. Looking to get back underway, albeit right at the back of the field. So battle underway at the front here with Kyle Ride. Pete Hickman, there is Hickman. Towards the final couple of corners they go, so here we go. Pete Hickman, of course, the British Superbike rider and lap record TT winner, fastest man around the Isle of Man TT circuit, of course. And he's got the youthful Reece Stevenson to battle with him here. These two riders really did start to battle last year in 2020, and they really have got together a couple of times already in the past 12 months or so. Stevenson has a look down the inside of Hickman, who shuts the door quite firmly. He's certainly not giving anything away here, certainly not giving any favours to Stevenson. The rest of the top 10 still pretty close there as well. So with the association, of course, with OMG Racing and this race class incorporating the R&G Bucimoto UK 190 GP Cup. Try saying that after a few drinks. This is incorporated into this class, and it allows the Bucci GP bikes, which I think, looking at Stevenson's machine there, I think that's one of the Bucci machines in there as well. It's a class within a class almost. R&G Products acting as one of the title sponsors of that class, with plenty of prizes up for grabs in there as well. As we focus on this battle for the lead, there is the Bucci machine. So two of the premier bikes in mini bike racing there. Bucci versus Ovali, which is sitting at the front at the moment. Hickman looks like he's backing Stevenson into Kyle Ride at the moment. There's Ride in third, so we've got two professional British Superbike riders there, first and third. Pete Hickman and Kyle Ride, first and third place. Sandwiched, of course, there by Reece Stevenson. Ride having a look down the inside of Stevenson there, but can't find a way through. Stevenson looks comfortable in such exalted company as Pete Hickman tries to pull away down the back straight. Let's have a look at the lines. Both those riders very aggressive on the inside, looking to get that exit time perfectly. Stevenson, of course, a younger rider, weighs a bit less. Perhaps that weight might be an advantage. Oh, as Stevenson goes down. We were just saying about the weight advantage, but Stevenson taking a mighty tumble. I think he's taken Hickman with him. And Hickman immediately goes over to check if he's all right. He just seemed to lose the front end there. But Nasty crash, and I think we've got a red flag. Yes, we have, so the race stops. Oh, so we were just talking about the weight advantage of Stevenson there, but didn't really pay off for him as he tried to get the exit speed out of the corner. And a hefty tumble for Rhys Stevenson. Let's hope he's all right. As I say, it looked like he went off the track and collected Pete Hickman when he went down. Hickman goes off as well, but Hickman's okay. He's up on his feet, and they've just gone to check if Rhys Stevenson's all right. His first thing was to go over. Medics are currently on the final corner checking if Stevenson's okay. And that's not the sight we like to see. But that was a hefty tumble. Rhys Stevenson's bike went flying down the track. The course barriers, you'll see on the track, the tyre barriers, doing a good job of collecting that wayward machine. So drama there in the Mini GP190 71st race. Great battle for the lead that we saw there a few moments ago. So it stops with Pete Hickman from Rhys Stevenson, Kyle Ryde in third. It was David Allingham in fourth. Mason Foster fifth from James Mostiker, Daniel Goodman, Tom Lewis, Sullivan Mounsey and Kobe Perry rounding up the top 10. But we are under a red flag situation because of a nasty high-speed tumble for Rhys Stevenson, who I can see from my commentary point here does appear to be on his feet, and I think he's walking away. So we'll confirm this shortly, but it looks like Rhys Stevenson's walking away. Battle for the lead, which we'll look at in a bit more detail here. So Stevenson going to go down the inside of Hickman. Watch the front end, just gets a bit unsettled, bit of a tank slapper, down he goes. Collects Hickman. There you see the bike tumbling away over the tyre barriers. Hickman's down as well. And there's Hickman up on his feet immediately to check if Stevenson's okay. Rhys Stevenson was down for a few moments, as you can imagine, with such a high-speed tumble. But as I say, not too sure exactly how he is at the moment, but I did see him back up on his feet and walking away. So let's hope that he's all right. That's generally a good sign. He's unscathed as well, albeit a little bit shaken, but rider's okay. They're not taking the restart, which means that the rider on the inside there, one of the BSB guests, of course, Kyle Ryde, is on the inside line and resumes the race as the leader. The flag drops and away they go. So Kyle Ryde leads from David Allingham, James Mostiker third. They charge into the first corner. Very much a straight fight here. O'Varley versus Bucci. Around the first few corners they go, and it's a good clean start. Everyone stays out of trouble. Into 180, that slow right-hander. Then they're back on the power down towards the Warren into the left-hander, and on the back straight they go. So let's have a look at the number 11 there. Allingham in second. Kyle Ryde at the drop of the flag got a good start, and well, it looks like it was just before half distance when that race was halted. So it looks like we're going for a full restart. So Kyle Ryde with it all to do here, gets the jump on the flag. 7-lap restart this is, so this is the remainder of the race now being run, of course, and Kyle Ryde showing some of that British Superbike experience, starting to pull away now as they make their way down towards 180. It's Allingham in second, Mostiker third, Daniel Goodman fourth from Mason Foster, Kobe Perry, Sullivan Mounsey, Tom Lewis, Dominic Ped and Zach Weston rounding up the top 10. Callum Ricketts, Simon Bogg, Charlie Huntingford, Tim Patterson, Dominic Ebola and Jack Knights rounding out this 16-rider field. We have, of course, lost Rhys Stevenson and Pete Hickman. Those riders tumbling quite spectacularly a few moments ago. Initial reports are that both are okay, but not taking part in the restart. As Kyle Ryde pulling away now at the front. You can really see the pace he's carrying, that experience from British Superbikes. Pro pace, you would say, 46.12, the fastest lap of the race, so they really are motoring. Allingham second, Mostiker third, Daniel Goodman fourth, Mason Foster rounding out the top 5. And there's the 57 of Daniel Goodman making his way through to the top corner. Daniel Goodman in fourth place, Mason Foster and Kobe Perry rounding up that top 10. A little bit further behind there, we just saw Zach Weston and Callum Ricketts starting to battle as well. Kyle Ryde going fast yet again with a 45.67. Clear now of this battle for second place, headed by the number 11 of David Allingham. And our attention at the moment is on the 4th place rider. Daniel Goodman is coming under some real pressure from Foster. Oh, nice move out to the 180. Can he make that stick? It's all about the exit speed on these technical slow corners. And Foster now starting to put the pressure on. We've got Kobe Perry and Sullivan Mounsey in there as well. Down into the S's they go. And Goodman in 4th. Got to get that exit speed. Good line choice out of the corner. Very important indeed. Down they go towards the paddock corner. So right crossing the line, Allingham 2nd, Mostiger 3rd, and then we see the battle of a 4th. Look out for the number 88 here, Mason Foster coasting down the inside into Senna. Nice little inside line there and takes the position. So Mason Foster, after all that effort, it's finally paid off. Down to, well, back into 4th place. Mason Foster does look a bit quicker at the moment, and sometimes catching up in racing is one thing, getting past can be another. And it was very important there for Foster to make that pass stick. We've still got 4 laps to go in this race. And we're going to look at the lap times very closely when they come back round here again, because it looks to me like Mason Foster, now clear in 4th place, really leaving Goodman behind. He's coming under pressure from Perry and Mounsey just behind. I'm going to watch Mason Foster's lap time when they cross the line. And, well, he's lapping at a 46.7, so I don't think he's going to be able to catch up with Mostiker, but we shall wait and see. Zach Weston moving into 9th place just ahead of Callum Ricketts. Charlie Huntingford's up to 11. As we watch this battle, oh, again there we see Goodman really having to be brave here and guard those corners. Perry gets a good exit out of that off-cambered Warren corner into the back straight, into that straight run into the S's. Here they are in the S's now. The exit of this corner is very important to a very quick run down to the finish now. As Perry tries to go down the inside. And that Simpson straight, that demands respect. We just saw earlier, of course, it caught Rhys Stevenson out on that inside line. That's a good overtaking opportunity, I would say. Goodman guarding the inside line through Senna, making their way down towards 180. This is where it gets tight and technical and a bit slower. Good line choice and good on the exit of the corner, very important. Here we go into the off-cambered left-hander through the Warren and along that back straight, the straight run into the S's now. Goodman's quick on the straight and allows himself to pull away from Perry. Sullivan Mounsey. Tom Lewis in there, Zach Weston on the 35, just a little bit further behind in 9th place. Kyle Wright all on his own at the front, still lapping in the 45-second region as we go into the final lap. But all the action here further down as they go around the final corner. And it looks like Perry has finally got through after all that time. A lot of pressure, and it pays off as he moves through into 5th place. The 53. Black leathers there of the Bucci machine. Kobe Perry now into 5th place. Daniel Goodman 6th. Sullivan Mounsey and Tom Lewis just a little bit further behind, taking us down to 8th place. Kyle Wright, meanwhile, all on his own at the front. Leads by 10 seconds from David Allingham and James Mostiker. Goodman having to play defensively. Oh, just stood the bike up a little bit on the inside there. That'll lose a bit of time. This could allow Mounsey and Lewis to close up down the back straight. Meanwhile, Kyle Wright crosses the line as the race winner. 2nd place will be David Allingham, just ahead of James Mostiker. Mason Foster with a great ride through to 4th place, nearly paid off for him. Kobe Perry in 5th place, Daniel Goodman 6th, Sullivan Mounsey 7th, Tom Lewis in 8th position. And it looks like it's going to be Zach Weston, there he goes, in 9th, just ahead of Callum Ricketts and Charlie Huntingford. Dominic Peard a bit further behind. Jack Knight's running out the field in 16th, and Tim Patterson, Dominic Avola and Simon Boggs should be our final riders through on the lead lap. So a dramatic OMG Racing and RMG Mini GP 190-70 group. Dramatic fall there with Rhys Stevenson and Pete Hickman. Both riders, I would say Hickman was just caught up in the incident. He was definitely okay, but I did see Rhys Stevenson from our vantage point standing up, so let's hope he's not badly hurt. We'll get an update as soon as possible.